Hello, friends. Welcome to Creative Medicine. In this lecture, we will learn about.
Hello friends, let us now learn about some important points about the posterior triangle. So if you see, posterior triangle is formed by posteriorly there is trapezius, that too anterior border of trapezius. See, this is the trapezius muscle, and here this border which you can see, that is the anterior border of trapezius. So posteriorly you see anterior border of trapezius, and anteriorly it is bounded by sternocleidomastoid. So this is the mastoid process, which is the insertion point of sternocleidomastoid, and this sternocleidomastoid takes origin from the medial third of the clavicle and also the sternum. So these are the two boundaries, and below it is bounded by the clavicle. So if you see the boundaries, it is bounded posteriorly by the trapezius, that to anterior border of trapezius, and anteriorly it is bounded by the sternocleidomastoid, that to this is the posterior border of sternocleidomastoid, and below it is bounded by the clavicle, that to medial one third of the clavicle superior aspect. Right. And what about the apex? This is the apex, which is bounded by the meeting point of trapezius, and the sternocleidomastoid forms the apex. Now, once we have found the apex, so this triangle which is bounded here, this is the posterior triangle. Now, from this posterior triangle, if you see the contents of the posterior triangle, so before we actually go into the posterior triangle contents, we will see the floor of the posterior triangle. Floor of the posterior triangle is mainly bounded by five different muscles. We have 5 different muscles which will bound the floor of the posterior triangle. So if you see, this is the topmost muscle. This muscle which is bounding the top most part of the floor of the posterior triangle, this is called as semispinalis capitis. Okay, just below semispinalis capitis we have the second muscle which is bounded here, and this second muscle is called as splenius capitis. Semispinalis capitis, below semispinalis capitis we have splenius capitis. Now, below the splenius capitis, we have the next muscle in the floor of the posterior triangle, which is called as levator scapulae. This is levator scapulae. Then we have below the floor, then we have the next muscle which is present below the below the levator scapulae, which is the next muscle. This is the next muscle which is present below the levator scapulae, and this muscle we call it as scalenius medius. So this is scalenius medius, and below this scalenius medius, the lowest most muscle which you see here, this muscle is the first digitation of serratus anterior. It is the first digitation of serratus anterior. So these are the muscles which are seen in the floor of the posterior triangle, which include semispinalis capitis, splenius capitis, levator scapulae, scalenus medius, and the first digitation of serratus anterior. Next, what about the contents? So if you see in the posterior triangle, okay, we have seen the floor of the posterior triangle. Then what about the roof of the posterior triangle? See, this is the trapezius, and this is the sternocleidomastoid, and this is the clavicle. Okay. Now, here in this forms the roof of the sternocleidomastoid. In this roof of the sternocleidomastoid, we have mainly the following nerves are present in the roof of the sternocleidomastoid. Okay, in the roof of the sternocleidomastoid, we have the following nerves which are piercing the roof of the posterior triangle. Okay, roof of the posterior triangle is formed by the following nerves. So first we have this nerve which is called as occipital nerve, lesser occipital nerve. Then we have greater auricular nerve. Then we have transverse cervical nerve, and we have supraclavicular nerves. We do not need to go into details of the parts course of the nerve, but labeling is very important. This is lesser occipital nerve, this is greater auricular nerve, and then this nerve is transverse cervical nerve, and this transverse cervical nerve will ascend, and it divides into two branches, that is ascending branch and descending branch. These are supraclavicular nerves, which are the three supraclavicular nerve: lateral supraclavicular nerve, intermediate supraclavicular nerve, and median supraclavicular nerve. We do not need to go into the details of the of these nerves. Okay, so this is what is seen in the roof. In the roof we see the fascia, and these four types of nerves will pierce the fascia of the roof, that is lesser occipital nerve, greater auricular nerve, and transverse cervical nerve. Then the next important thing is about the contents of the posterior triangle. So if you see the posterior triangle, it is formed by the trapezius posteriorly, that too anterior border of trapezius is seen posteriorly, and if you see anteriorly, we have the sternocleidomastoid is present anteriorly. Now, so here between this and this below we have the clavicle, of course. Now here this posterior triangle is actually divided into two compartments by omohyoid muscle. So this is the omohyoid muscle. This omohyoid muscle will divide this posterior triangle into superior occipital triangle and inferior subclavian triangle. It divides the posterior triangle into superior occipital triangle and inferior subclavian triangle, right? So let us now see the contents of each of them. Let me draw one more picture again. So if you see, this is the trapezius muscle, which is seen posteriorly, okay, and this is the sternocleidomastoid, okay, and here below it is bounded by the clavicle, okay. The superior part, the apex, is the point which is joining both these trapezius muscle and the sternocleidomastoid. We have the apex, and this posterior triangle is subdivided into two triangles, that is superior occipital triangle and below inferior subclavian triangle, by this omohyoid muscle. So now if you see the contents, so through this superior occipital triangle we have the spinal accessory nerve, okay, there is a spinal accessory nerve, there is transverse cervical nerve, okay, we also have lesser occipital nerve, okay, greater occipital nerve is seen, okay, and then we also see supraclavicular nerves here, okay, and in the lower so because the upper is occipital triangle, so it has lesser occipital nerve, you can remember like this, and you have in the occipital triangle you have occipital artery also, so this is the occipital artery. Then obviously you have some lymph nodes, and if you see the lower subclavian triangle, in this we have first brachial plexus, okay, that is upper, middle and lower trunks of brachial plexus you will see, and also you will see the subclavian nerve. So this is the subclavian nerve, upper, middle and lower, suprascapular nerve, and also upper, lower and middle brachial plexus. Then because it is a subclavian triangle, so you have supraclavicular artery, and we also have subclavian vein which is seen here. Okay, so first let me label it so that it becomes very clear to you. I know it's not so clear, so let me label it. So this nerve, so first we will see the contents of occipital triangle. So if you see in the contents of occipital triangle, the nerve which you are seeing here, this nerve is the occipital nerve, that too lesser occipital nerve. This is lesser occipital nerve. This nerve which you are seeing here, this is greater auricular nerve. Okay, this is greater auricular nerve. This is obviously transverse cervical nerve, and these are supraclavicular nerves. Okay, supraclavicular nerves. Then we have this artery which is obviously occipital artery. That is the reason why it is called as occipital triangle. Here there is one important structure which is seen here, this nerve. Okay, this nerve is called as spinal accessory nerve. Okay, you can see spinal accessory nerve in this. Actually it goes like this, okay, because it has been mixed. So it's something like that. That is spinal accessory nerve. Then we also have dorsal scapular nerve in the upper triangle. Here you will have dorsal scapular nerve. So all these are the important nerves which you see in the occipital triangle. Then if you see below the occipital triangle, we have subclavian triangle, which is also called as supraclavicular triangle. Because it is called as supraclavicular triangle, it has supraclavicular nerve and also supraclavicular artery. Okay, and if you see, these three are the branches of brachial plexus. That is upper, middle and lower chords of brachial plexus. You will see in these three. Okay, and what is this? This is subclavian vein. Right. So these are the contents of the posterior triangle. You should remember the contents of the posterior triangle and the floor and roof of the posterior triangle very well. So thank you guys for watching my lecture. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for watching.